What's up, YouTube? We are back with another video. It is me, Pedro McLovin, fresh on 2K24, just launched this weekend, and I am here to bring you the best build that I have made so far. So as you've gone through the channel, you've looked at some of my past videos, I make a lot of builds on 2K. It's something I love to do. I like to play around with the builder, kind of mess around, see what kind of quirks we can find, what kind of secret attributes we can get up, and how do we make the best player possible. And I think I've done that. So when we took a look at 2K24 and the changes they made from the past 2Ks, one of the biggest changes they made this year is defense. Defense this year is something that you don't look at, and say, oh yeah, sure, I can put some defense on. This year it's, oh, I get to put some defense on because I can lock some people down. So today, I am bringing you my versatile lockdown build. This build can do almost everything short of dribbling. This is not a dribbling build. This is a shut down the dribblers, be able to score in multiple different ways, and not be somebody that has to just sit in the corner. You can score from different angles, but it can do a lot. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this. So it doesn't matter what you do for your hands. I usually do a left-handed shooting because I'm used to it. Number obviously doesn't matter either. But for this build, I looked at a lot of different positions, heights, weights, wingspans, and I wanted to see, is a guard better? Because last year in 2K23, a point guard lockdown was probably the best that you could have, just because the speed was a big factor into it. This year, being a point guard lockdown is not the way to go. This year, you want to be a small forward lockdown. It's very versatile. You can do a lot of different things here, and I'll show you what I mean. So when it goes to the heights, I looked at everything from a 6'5 up to a 6'9. I wanted to see what you're capable of doing, but when we looked at kind of the sweet spot, right, we want to have somebody that can move quickly, keep up with guards, but also be big enough to bump them around. 6'7", this is the perfect height to be for a lockdown. Weight, I kind of messed around with weight a little bit. I wanted to see many different angles because of speed, also being able to finish strong, be able to bump people around with strength. And through all of that, exploring through, the weight I fell upon was 213 pounds. And for the wingspan, we went with a 7'3 wingspan, and it'll make sense as we start putting the attributes up here. All right, so because we have a defensive build, we're going to go ahead and go down here to the defense to start with. We're going to put our interior defense up to a 66. I have found that I'm actually able still to contend shots and still be able to, along with the strength, you'll see later, bump some bigger guys around, especially those that put their weight down to be a little bit faster. So interior defense isn't a huge factor into this, but we can still do a lot in the paint, which you'll see here in a second. For our perimeter defense, man, listen, we did this to start. We did the 99 perimeter defense and the 99 steal, but it just turned out to not be worth it when you lost so much from all the other categories. We wouldn't have any finishing. Our shooting would be low. Obviously our ball handle is low anyway. So we're going to be only defense, and it just became not worth it. So what we did is we went with a 94 perimeter defense and a 96 steal. If you take a look at the right-hand side where all the badges is, we still are able to do a lot because of the 94 and the 96. You're going to have the majority of your badges still be able to get to a Hall of Fame, but you're not sacrificing a lot of other categories, which you'll see. So our block, we put up to an 85. This gives the ability to have chase down. As you see here, we're going to be able to get our chase down up as soon as we start getting to the physicals. We put nothing in offensive rebound, and our defensive rebound we have up to a 60. We had to sacrifice something in defense, and rebounding was one of them. If you are needing to be the primary rebounder with this build, you're already in a bad spot. All right, so speed. This build has an 84 speed and an 80 acceleration. The acceleration, when you don't have ball handling, can seem like something that is not important, but we'll talk about that here in just a little bit on why you still want to have that burst acceleration for one of the attributes that we're going to put up here. Our strength, we put up to an 82. All right. So Immovable Enforcer, as you can see right down here, is one of the badges that I have found a lot of benefit to. You could go down to a 71 with this build and only have a bronze Immovable Enforcer, but when I put it up to 82, I am bumping people around and they are running into me and bouncing off of me. That's how strong this build is, and it has paid off dividends. All right. Our vertical we put up to a 74. Again, there was some stuff that you're able to do. We're not able to put it too high for our driving dunk, but what we are able to do with this up to a 74 is get our chase down artists up to a silver. And as an 85 block with chase down, I have had multiple games where I have 6-7 blocks in the park, and that's no joke. All right, stamina for a lockdown, as you can imagine, we are at a 99, and that puts our 94 feet and our workhorse both up to a Hall of Fame. Very, very beneficial to have this. And man, I will tell you right now, going through this build and playing with this build, 94 feet is probably my favorite badge so far this year. All right, close shot. We only have our close shot up to a 58. We do have our layup up to a 78. And our driving dunk, we have up to an 83. We are able to do a lot with our driving dunk. We're able to we're able to cut in and do some pretty amazing dunks, especially if you are sitting in the corner, you want to be able to cut in and have those dunks go through. So sacrificing your finishing was not something I was willing to do. All right. So our 3-point shot, we do have up to an 83-point shot. An 83-point shot, guys, is more than enough. All right. This has been something that has paid off a lot. I'm able to green tons of shots. I've gone 7 for 7, 8 for 8 in park games. Rec, I've had some 30-point games with this build, just being able to grab the ball and shoot. It's amazing being able to have that 83-point shot. All right, we're going to put our free throw up here to a 60. We don't really use a free throw. It's not something I really care about. Even in rec, I really don't care about free throw. Now here is the secret weapon, mid-range shot. 84 mid-range shot. So over here on the badges, you will see going up to an 84 gets you Mini Magician on gold. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen. If you don't know yet, Mini Magician is one of the most broken badges so far on 2K24. So we talked down here about our acceleration going up to an 80. We want to have that initial burst. This is why. You catch the ball, you're able to get to the mid-range and fade. You can have open shots consistently. Park, rec, 1v1, it doesn't matter. That mid-range is going to pay off. I use the Kobe Bryant pull-up, the dribble pull-up, and that's my fade when I'm pulling up on those mid-range shots, and I green consistently. I was playing with one of my buddies, and we were doing a 1v1 in the Gatorade facility, just practicing. And he's like, man, you do not miss those mid-range fadeaways. You're a lockdown. And this is why. It's also the bailout shot, right? So when you're playing park or rec and you're down to 2-3 seconds left on the shot clock and you need to get a shot up, being able to have that in your arsenal is key. It's money. All right. So down here in our pass accuracy, we are putting this up to a 77. We're able to get needle threader up to a bronze when we have a 77. This has helped out a lot for a passing when we're taking a look at the park rec, anything like that. You know, to have needle threader, even off ball, is a huge component of being able to be really successful any game mode that you have. All right. And then we put the last couple attributes here in ball handle and speed with ball. It isn't doing anything for us. We don't have any extra badges, anything like that. This is not a dribbling build. The main thing is catch and shoot, being able to have that Mini Magician, being able to pull up in the mid-range, and you are going to be locking down build after build after build. And I promise you, with this 82 strength, you were bumping people around the court. And if you take a look at that 94 feet, pair that with a movable enforcer, and we're going to be able to have our clamps up on a gold. It is not fair. All right, so put this back to an 82. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the build. This is the versatile lockdown build. We do have shades of a few different players here. we have shades of Gerald Wallace, Jaden McDaniels, Jimmy Butler. Mid-range threat, three-point threat, dunking threat, and you were locking down the primary ball handle on every single team? Go ahead and leave a comment down below that says thank you, because you are welcome. That's it for this build video, guys. I really appreciate it. If you've enjoyed this, make sure that you hit the thumbs up. Leave a subscription on the channel as well. Come back and check out all the videos. We're going to have more builds, some jump shots that I've created for this build, and some other builds that I have. And we're going to be pumping out 2K content this year, guys. 2K24 is amazing. I've really enjoyed it so far. I'm looking forward to pumping out more content for you guys. And we are back here on YouTube, so keep checking out the channel. More content to come.